Okay guys, I'm going to do a quick little review of my bike. I'm just going to go to a spot a little bit down this road. Obviously we'll carry on. I'm just going to talk a little bit about realistically what it's capable of. Like I said from the title, it's a Yamaha WR 125R. See, they say it puts out about 14.7, I think it is, horsepower. Obviously that depends on the bike really. I mean, they say it puts it out, but obviously with a bike like this, with the 125, you really have got to look after it, because everywhere you go you're in pretty much red line, to be honest. Especially like in a area like this, obviously all the wind resistance, etc. I mean, I've had this bike for near enough a year and a half now. I bought it on around 6,000 miles. If you can see that, it's now at 19,318 miles. So yeah, I've got plenty of seat time in it. I've ridden other bikes as well, but this is just, personally, this is my favourite bike of them all, for a 125. I just want to clarify, this is only for a 125. Obviously bigger bikes, obviously for longer distances you're going to want obviously like a cruiser or a sports tourer or something like that, but for what I'm looking for, this bike is perfect. I mean, as you can see, the roads I'm doing now, they're sort of, they're twisty, but they're not ridiculously twisty. So you don't need like a big sports bike or anything. I mean, there's always shit on the road down here as well, so there's not really much point. You're always going to be nervous and everything. I mean, I've dropped this a couple of times, so I'm not going to lie. I think there's a video on my channel on the green lane in one where you can see, I think it's about 3/4 of the way through pretty much. I was going up a hill, green lane, and it was like, the mud was like wet clay. It was horrible. And I binned it. I mean, I think it's pretty much going backwards, but it just slipped out. I mean, it slammed on the ground hard. And I'm not a light guy to be on top of it when it does that. But I mean, it got back up and it was fine. Literally perfect. That's the reason why I like these bikes, is because, okay, yeah, they're heavy and they're only a 125, etc, etc, but you can personalise them so much that it doesn't really matter. Like, I haven't really seen many like WRs for a start be standard. There's basically none. I mean, everyone obviously likes to put their own touch on their bike. There seems to be these, obviously, because they're in the higher price range of the 125s. I mean, they're along with like your YZF-R 125s, etc. I mean, you're looking about basically about $4,500 for one of these, brand new. I wouldn't pay that for 125. Not going to happen, I'm afraid. It's ridiculous. I bought this for 6,000 miles on it. I mean, it was pretty much perfect, apart from the guy that had it before me. I think he messed around with the headlight shroud, so you can't actually adjust it. But it's fine for me. And the back tail fairing, he pulled off the clip for that, so it just doesn't like basically stay down all the time, but it's fine. I mean, 2,600 quid for a bike that's, in my eyes, not mint, but nice. I mean, to be able to own it, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'll just park up here and I'll give a little walk around, etc. We'll turn it off. Right, so this is my bike. So yeah, as I said before, it's a, ignore that, that's a bit of ghetto wiring with some LEDs. I'll talk you through that later. But yeah, so WR125R. Overall, I haven't really done much to it, to be honest. I mean, obviously I've took the rear pegs off. It doesn't really do anything to it. It's just taking rear pegs off. I've put some more dual sporty sort of tyres on it. They're Harden LK60s. Just for obviously so I have the choice of both. I mean, I've had knobblies on there. I had, what were they, Continental TKC 80s. Brilliant for off-road, for a dual sport tyre. But on the road, they're well, they're pretty much shit, to be honest. As soon as it rains, Jesus Christ, it's like being on ice. But yeah, so I'll go through mods. You can probably see quite a few anyway. So Leo, it's actually pronounced Leo Vinci, or Vinci or something like that. Exhaust, it's not a full pipe. Just obviously comes down to just where basically the engine, back of the engine starts. It's not cheap, but it's not expensive. I mean, I think I paid about 240 quid for that. I mean, it does change the bike. I don't know if it's just like the fact that obviously you've got a pipe on it that changes it, but it changed it to the fact you feel better about it. You feel a bit more, I don't know, you feel more like a biker instead of it just humming away underneath you, basically. Yeah, so I've got the exhaust. I've got heated grips to ride all year round. Obviously handguards there, Ace Abyss handguards. I think I actually got them quite cheap. I think I got them off eBay. They're only about 20 quid, I think. Obviously the big elephant in the room, got the graphics. They're probably one of the most expensive things, along with the exhaust. I mean, they cost me, I think it was like just under 100 quid. Yeah, so I'm 99 quid. Obviously my old original OEM graphics were just, I don't know, obviously go green lane and stuff. I haven't been recently, but they get scratched up. They just look manga, so I just took them off. I did carbon wrap it for a little bit as well, but yeah, it looks a bit shit, so don't do that. Yeah, I mean, that's more or less it, to be honest. Obviously I put a few paint splatters on there to match the graphics and the generic cheap sort of shit. I've put an extra, well, originally I had a 49 tooth sprocket on the rear. I've put it up to 53, because obviously the bike's got 6 gears. I apologise for this wind noise, it's horrendous. So yeah, it's got a 53 tooth rear sprocket on there. The front, I think, is a 15. So the top end at the minute, realistically, like flatland, with no tailwind or anything, you're looking at about 65 to 68 mile an hour. I mean, they're not fast bikes. It's an enduro bike, 125. It's not going to be fast, and it's fucking heavy as well. It's 140 kilos, but it's perfect for me. But yeah, I mean, I've got an uprated headlight bulb in there. It's one of the Halfords ones. I think they're like 100%, is 120% brighter, something like that. But yeah, apart from that, it's pretty much a stock bike. I mean, yeah, as I said, I've done, well, it's now 19,000 miles, or just above that. I've had it since 6,000 miles, obviously, yeah, 13,000 miles, so it's never really missed a beat. I had to do an engine swap because I was messing about with it, basically, doing a little bit of hooliganism. Fuck the valve, so I just needed to get a whole new engine. Rebuilt the other one and sold that on, so I didn't actually lose that much money, really. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, specs wise, I think it's just under 15 brake horsepower, which is obviously the legal limit for CBT. Horsepower, it's alright on horsepower. It gets there eventually. If you want speed, you wouldn't get this bike, put it that way. You'd probably go a YZF FR125, and that's with the same engine, and then you got the MT 125 as well. But yeah, I mean, acceleration wise, it's not bad. Obviously, that's why I changed the gearing to get more acceleration out of it. Stock, again, it's not the quickest at all, but it will do it. It's happy doing it. I mean, the brakes and everything, the brakes, again, they're pretty good. I mean, they will stop you if you're brave enough to pull it hard enough without it sliding out. But yeah, I mean, it's a 125. I think people forget that these are 125s. Obviously, they don't look like 125s. It's a perfect bike. Perfect bike. I mean, you spend a little bit more, but you're getting more for your money, for definite. I've ridden everything like sports bikes, NSR 125 I had an XT 125. That was probably one of the worst bikes I've ever had. Then I had a YBR 125 for my first bike. This is by far the best bike, by far. But yeah, I hope that helps if you're looking at one. But yeah, I mean, they are hooligan machines if you want a hooligan around. You can find loads and loads of videos on YouTube. Obviously, they're mainly in Germany. People just hoon around on them, and they're brilliant for it. They're absolutely spot on. So, but yeah, hope this helps if you're looking at one anyway. I will try and keep updated if I do any more mods, etc. But oh my god, that needs cleaning. Yeah, it's a dirty bike. Let's just clarify that. But yeah, hopefully I won't have it for too much longer, looking at MT-07, but I guess we'll see what happens, as the laws for licensing over in the UK are absolute shite. But yeah, hope that helps if you're looking at one. They are brilliant bikes, but don't expect too much speed out of them. I'll just quickly show you the exhaust. It will sound shit, obviously, because it's on GoPro. But I mean, for a 125, to me that's nice. I like it. But with that exhaust, obviously, you got miles per gallon goes down. But I mean, you still get about, if you ride carefully, 100 miles to a tank, if not more. So yeah, just try not to get hit if there's a car coming. I'm going to leave you at that. So I hope this helps, guys. Sorry it's probably a bit long, and I'll just call it a blamwood on. One of my first moto vlogs, but I thought I might as well go straight in for the review. So yeah, so I'll be back soon, guys. Peace out.